All right. Good morning, everybody. We are live. Let me just get that tweeted out here. Hopefully, it actually goes through again this time. Okay, good. Yeah, so we're good. Well, happy Friday, everybody. TGIF. We're just gonna kind of see how the market goes today. It's uh, we're heading up. Before the New Year's kind of break, so it's very possible um, that we could see some choppiness today, right? We had two big moves. Huge day 2 days ago. Day after Christmas, and then yesterday it looked like everything was into despair, and then we had a big push up at the end. So we'll see. We'll see if we get follow through. Now these hammer days, right? I mean, are super bullish, right? Technically, but it's very rare. Since they're so blatantly, obviously bullish. I was just chatting with Clayton. It's sometimes it's hard to see follow through on those. On the weeklies, you get more follow through, especially on the shooting star type setups. I mean, here you got a little bit of follow through, right? On this day, the nice hammer there, follow through, and then it kind of came back in and closed red. It even closed, looks like a little bit lower there. So just statistically, from what I'm seeing from hammer days, as bullish as they may seem, like here was a hammer here with a nice little bottoming tail, you would have thought you'd have got some follow through. Instead, you had sort of a choppy pause day and then a big decline. So I almost look at these type of these hammers on the daily basis as almost kind of like a bearish signal, but it's hard to say, right? I mean, futures are gapping up. Futures are going to be up. So let's see. It might just kind of push up at the open and then fade back in, and then we just kind of chop for the rest of the day, being as that it's Friday. But at the same time, we have to give credit. This market hasn't been exactly standard these last couple months, and let alone these past couple days. And so we could see, who knows, another 1,000-point move one direction or the other. So we'll just have to see how we trade them. There's obviously, we're not in earnings season, so not a lot of action and stuff at the open today. We only have a few 15-minute orbs to look at, and they're all basically on our watch list anyway. Tesla, we'll watch the first 15-minute bar on that. Larry Ellison is going to be on the board, so that's kind of a big deal. Amazon's on the orb list because they just more Amazon kind of stuff. Facebook, Netflix is on it because of the new style movie they've got. I mean, just kind of cheesy little news bits on all these guys. So nothing really major, but at least worth watching, right? To look for guideposts. And other than that, we've got our hourly anchors that we can look at. We had a lot of big hammer bars. So if we go, if we just look at the easiest stocks to trade, a bit of a hammer here. Let's see, Apple. I mean, Apple is a pretty strong bar, so this will be interesting to watch at the open here to see if we can trade off of that. I like how Apple is kind of jamming right up into resistance here off of this pitchfork, this blue line here. That's the larger range pitchfork line, right? So let's see if we can get any momentum through that. If not, you might see some back on that. Amazon, of course, is on the watch. I am closely looking. If we go into the pre-market data here, I'm just closely trying to see if it wants to form a triangle here to conclude a wave 4 before it gets some more downside. So you can see, I mean, it's gapping up this morning, but it's only just above this kind of triangle area. So we'll see how they handle that at the open as well. Netflix, gapping up, nice hammer bar on that. I think Google is my favorite. Yeah, it's a huge strong bar, but that's a really big bar. And then NVIDIA, we're watching those inside day, so we're going to see how it handles that. And then see if we break out of the inside day, then we start breaking into the tail of last month. So we have to get through the inside day first. The high yesterday was 132.38, and we are at 132 pre-market. So we'll have to see how it handles that. Okay, so there's the bell. I mean, I happen to be on NVIDIA right now, so this was my favorite kind of trade idea of the day. Open green, now it's kind of turning red, so let's just see how it handles that. Remember the inside, just to see how it handles that. I lost my my hourly high-low, I think, when I messed with my my screen the other day. Let me see the daily high-low. Let me add that to the to my chart here. There we go. Gives me a little more guidance. So I just went to studies, and then it's a Thinkorswim built-in piece, and so or a study. So you just got to go daily high low to get those bars, and then you can customize it. I made my high green and the low red just to be appropriate with it. So so I'm looking at the game plan list. Philip Morris looks like it's possibly working on that bottoming tail day to the upside, but I'm not going to jump in that right now. An old alert on McDonald's. It's probably it's at one. Remember my target on McDonald's was 177, and it's already at 176. So that's sort of the power of patience, right? So you know, my good buddy of mine has got a couple calls on those, and so we'll see how that works out. It was a great trade right there. I just didn't have the patience to deal with those. And of course, it's swing trading. I'm not a swing trader. I'm trying to become a better one. You know, here goes Nvidia. So let's see. It's not halfway through that range yet. So we'll just let it see how it deals with this. Market's really choppy this morning, so it's facing up now. Everything's kind of pointing down. What's Apple looking like? So Apple, just like Nvidia is doing, is testing the top of that 60 anchor there, that hammer bar. So we'll see how much it can hold. So it's clearly in yesterday's range. So we'll just have to see how it handles that. Let me just go to McDonald's so I can cry for a little bit real quick. Oh. If you guys remember, oh look at that! You guys remember I've been, I was stocking this pretty well. It filled the gap at 160 here, like the 160, wherever that gap was. Yeah, 169.81, and my goal is to get at least to this 38.2 retracement, and it's like gapping right there. So I can't even look at it. I had the Januaries. Let's see how they look today. The January. Yeah, but it helps to go back and look. I'm not really beating myself up over it, So I think I had the January 180s. They're $3. What did I have them at? Like a dollar or something. So they're triple what I would have had. But that's okay. I think I had $1.50. Yeah, so they're double, triple. Anyway, all good. So let's go back to Nvidia. We'll take a look. Amazon looks like it's coming back in. It's only down 24 cents, so I'm not too worried about Amazon right now. Make sure everything's online. Morning, Clayton. Good to see you, man. Beautiful day in Brazil, I'm sure. It's like cold and rainy up here. So let's see. Yeah. So Nvidia is kind of pulled back. It's about the. Let's see. See, you got to look at those 50% levels of those anchor bars are when you make targets, right? You should always target, kind of like 50%. So right now it's still above that 50% line. It kind of did a quick tail down there, but didn't quite test it yet. So we'll watch and see if this breaks out here. I'll put an alert just to keep an eye on it. I'll move down like 20 cents there. Just keep an eye. Because don't forget, this one had the strongest potential. Lots of divergence here, actually. So we've got, the S&P futures are green, the Nasdaq futures are red, and Dow is kind of coming back a little bit. So there we go. Here we go. Here goes Nvidia. It's now down, testing that 50% area, and it's about to. Looks like it's going to flush through it. So this is definitely interesting. I thought I felt more inclined to a gap and go, but you never know. That's why we wait, right? Tesla doing. Let's go to the 15-minute and see how Tesla's looking. Tesla, nice gap up here. I'm gonna put an alert just to stay on top of this bar. And we'll see if it puts any further volume. Nice volume on Tesla today, a lot more than some of its cohorts. I feel like people we're just using this as an opportunity to get out of it. When you look at this kind of volume. Well, no, it's only 464,000, but relatively big volume. I mean, more than in the first 15 minutes, almost more than the entire open yesterday and the close. So we'll see. Let's see how it handles this. So let's look at the broader chart of this. So we are dealing with had a big bounce off of the reaction line yesterday. Right now, it's kind of dealing with this median area. So just have to see. It might chop around and get a bounce later, or it might break down, fill the gap, and come back down again. So I just have to keep an eye on it. What else we got going on up in here? Let's see. McDonald's coming back in a little bit. Alright, let's see how Amazon's now officially down $2. Nvidia's down still 30 cents. So this is kind of playing out. So these this wave count is still pretty good for Amazon. Right, we went to the 15. Right, gapped up a little bit. We've already faded. Already down $4 there. You can see RSI is curling over. You have a bearish divergence here on the 15-minute, and the stochastic is curling over too. So this triangle seems to be playing out pretty good. A little overshoot I'm not too worried about. So it's back in this triangle. So next stop would be, so if this was A, this is my A here on this one. I was doing a possible ABC, but I was like, okay, maybe we're doing a wave 4 triangle. So A, B, this is C, so we might be coming back down to D. Might want to test like this 1400 level. So we'll just see how this price action. The S&P is flirting with going red. So I'll take a look. I mean, yeah, I'm looking at the futures. Everything is just kind of screaming down. Let's take a look, see how that looks on the hourly candlestick. It's also a 15 Orbilis too, so we'll keep an eye on the 15 on that. Nvidia looks like it's popping back up again, so let's go back to Nvidia. It may want to behave independently of its friends. So you can see it came down to the just about that 50% retracement of that 60-minute anchor, and it's still kind of working its way up. So we'll see how it handles that. It's coming back up pretty. Oh no! I grabbed my alert. Okay. So here, let's see. So the high there, 131.64. It's kind of approaching. I might do a speculative call on Nvidia, the 133s, because if it breaks through 133, that would be pretty strong. So, right, because that would be your monthly tail. So we want to see if it gets through. It looks like it's getting there. So I will do a call, the 133 calls. And I know I always say trade Fridays, but I'm looking for more of a move today. Let's see if I got a position in there. Yeah, I got filled at 105. I'm not really happy about the price, but we did break through this anchor bar here. It tested 50% of the range, and it's coming back up. Now it has to test this 133. So we'll see if it can get through there. I'll put a tight stop on it. I'm not gonna. I don't want the theta to get me today. So this is not one I intend to hold through next week. If it really starts to approach that 133 bar, I might buy a next week call too. So got a nice pop right there. So that was good. So now that's moving. These are now profitable. So I'm going to move my stop up to profit. And the bids I got in at 105. The bid's already at 116. So I'm going to put my stop at 1.09. And let's see if it holds there. It's got to get a little more push on it. So if not, I'll end up being flat on this trade. Yeah, I'm flat on it. I got out. So, yeah, it's just tough with options today. It did get a nice push off of there. So, but you guys know me. I move my stop up to profit pretty quickly. So. It's going now. So if you guys got in and are still holding it, you'd probably be okay. So we want to get to that 133. I might try it again. I mean, I'm still pretty flat on the trade. That's up to 130 now. Ah, goodness. It happens. It happens. That's what you get for being conservative, and I'm conservative, so. I'm going to look at next week's options on it now. A little less data. That was a nice trade, though. I didn't get to take a huge advantage of it, but. Nice push there, if you guys caught that. So I put the ideas out there, and if you guys can trade them better than I can, that's good. But me, I try to stay conservative, and so once I'm profitable, I'll, sometimes I'll give it a little room, and maybe I was a little antsy there. But you move your stop up to profit, and don't let it go against you. So, but anyway, so that's that. It already just tagged that 133, so it should be pushing into the if it breaks this high from 2 days ago, right? It just tested that price real quick, kind of pulling back in. So we'll see if it gets any more movement there. But in the meantime, I'm not going to let it bother me too much. Let's move on and see how our other stocks are looking. We got 3 minutes left for the 15-minute orbs. Dun, dun. So Tesla. Still kind of do this. This is why we don't like trading the open, right? So we wait for those bars to form. Huge volume. So Tesla would definitely be worth looking at if it breaks that level in the next couple minutes. So Nvidia's working. So here comes Tesla. It's about to close the bar in a little bit. Amazon's now up $8, so that's going pretty good. Nvidia should follow. So if you guys are still in Nvidia, if you guys caught a good price on that and weren't as conservative as I was, it should be working pretty good for you now. We're getting into the we're now entering that monthly. That remember 333, 133.31 was that key level, and we are just breaking through it. Yeah, so that was the last monthly tail on Nvidia. So should get some momentum through there. That was kind of the goal in the game plan. I get a little antsy, but that's all good. Just kind of zoom in here. So you can see that last month's low was 133.31, and so now it's kind of testing that. It should launch once it gets through it. I mean, especially with the Qs now turning green. This is the key area. 133.33, and so it should get some movement, I would imagine, through that. So especially with Amazon kind of working now. Apple's about to go green, it looks like. So let's see how Facebook's looking on the 60 bar. So here it's still working on taking out this anchor. So I'll put an alert there on Facebook. If the whole market wants to just rip again today, we'll put an alert there. And Apple is about to go green. It looks like it's only down 7 cents. So that's kind of a big deal too. So it's worth watching Apple here, because once it breaks through this anchor, this 156, kind of 50 area, it should get some, it could get some momentum. So. There. All right. So that's trading the open, right? Again, once again, we can see we can do that with our orbs, and we can do those with our anchors too. And so hopefully you guys got to see that. Now that it's 9:45, let me go look at Tesla to see how that 15 orb is looking. should be putting in a new bar here shortly. And Tesla looks pretty good. So just have to kind of get through here. I like to see a lot of these times these 15-minute, second 15-minute bars kind of like pause a little bit. And then I like it when they go inside. Then you can get a really good push. So that was a pretty big range on this 15-minute bar, $6.70. So it looks like it's trying. So it might be worth checking out along in Tesla here. If we can get over, yeah, 327. If we can push above that. Well, hopefully you guys are getting rich on NVIDIA. Because it is doing what it was supposed to do. Dun, dun, dun. We'll review that on Sunday night too. Alright, so I'm just kind of watching Tesla here just to see. Yeah, NVIDIA is pushing, right? It's definitely getting through that area. So I'm going to put another alert here on Tesla. Just dropped like $2. Tesla is kind of a monster, so we'll just put a little alert on that just to let me know if something goes. Yeah, look at NVIDIA. That really played out kind of perfectly. So there's some benefits to being conservative, and there's some drawbacks to being conservative. So probably should get a little more time. It's not like I was risking much. I think it was like $5 or something like that, but it's all good. So it is definitely doing what it is supposed to be doing. So so that is a good thing. I'm gonna stop talking about it, but I really hope somebody caught it. So I think Pierre just jumped in some too, so should be good. I mean, it's pretty strong. Da, 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 da. There. It's tough with the options just being Friday and all that stuff, but shares would have been really good on that. So not a lot of risk at all. Even 100 shares would have paid, a couple $100. So, but I know a lot of folks, and it's really tough mastering the. Oh, nice job! Hey guys, how's it going? Sorry, I don't know. My chat sometimes takes a while to go in here. Yeah, I'm sure it's beautiful in Brazil. Morning, Start Market Mike. How are you? Good to see you. Manoj, awesome. I'm glad you got NVIDIA, and I hope you're profiting excellently from it. Apple, I don't like how it just kind of came back in, but you got to expect that, right? So, but this looks like it's this first bar, this 15 orb, should serve as some pretty good support. And now we've broken into, we're over 50 cents into the prior month's low. So I would just keep a stop here right below this 133.49 area, and you should be good. Just preserve profits. I just tried to preserve mine too quickly. Apple, we still have to wait on this a little bit. Let's see. So we've got inside 15. I think you're okay here because it's. I'll probably go long on it too once it breaks this this high. So let's see if it holds this pitchfork as support. I wouldn't let it go too much further down here, but I would try to get over this 150, basically a 157 break, and it opened high. So I would try to get back over 157. If it were me, I'd personally probably already be out and just wait for a re-entry over 157. But you guys have different thresholds and risk thresholds than I do, so I'm really, really conservative, as you guys can tell. So, but anyway, I hope that one bounces. How's our Amazon doing? Yeah, it was up 10, then it came back 4. So we're looking, as kind of predicted, that we're having a choppy day today. It's hard to have too much conviction direction one way or another. When we trade the open, though, we just look for a quick pop like we saw, and and try to maximize it as much as possible and preserve as much profit as possible. So Nvidia's already back down to this 133 level. If it gets back below 133.21, I would start to lose confidence in it, but that should be support because it was last month's lows, right? So Amazon's coming back up. Apple is green again, so we're just getting some choppy movement today. But I'll go in on Apple here if it breaks 157. Yeah, I don't like that. Just not holding that anchor really well, right? It gave a pop and then didn't hold it. And Nvidia's already coming back. You got to bid below. That's why I'm as conservative as I am. Like you want to see these things go forever, but you still have to hold your profit, right? So that's the key. So I'd rather make $2 than lose 50. You know what I mean? So. Apple not holding on too good there. All right, let's check out our 15 orbs. Let's see. Apple could be a short, honestly, guys. If it doesn't hold here, I would definitely have. Just keep an eye on that 15 orb too. Amazon's back up $8. Apple's down 2. It's just tough market this morning. Facebook has gone green. Let's see how that looks. It's got to get over here. 134.93. So basically a 135 break on Facebook might be interesting. But once again, keep in mind it is Friday. Nvidia is still holding on. I mean, it's still over that monthly low. So 133.31, is kind of your your area. So I mean, it's looking okay. Tesla. Yep. So this is why we wait, right? Big movement one way or the other, and so now we just have to see where they want to push it. We saw how well those played out, especially yesterday, right? I mean, there was a bunch of 15 orbs that went down at the open, and then by the end of the day, you could have jumped in on that 15 orb level to the upside and made big money like both ways. So that's always fun to see. Amazon's back up. Apple's pushing. Facebook is about to break 135, so that's a key level right there. I might look at some Facebook. If we can get there. Facebook, I do know, likes to test levels several times. Yeah, so just have to see if it can do it. But it is green now. And so is Apple, so I do want to see Apple break 157. Amazon's up $12 now, so that's a big move. As long as it stays under 1501, it could be shortable at some point. Got a positive tweet about Nvidia from Option Sniper, so that's good. Yeah, we're back over 134. So Option Sniper likes to look at the CFM, the Kaikin money flow or CMF indicator. So I know when he looks, I don't use that, but you can find it on TradingView. It's one way to see like if there's money flowing into a stock, and so it makes sense on Nvidia. So if you guys have been patient, this was a good trade, and it was definitely on our radar, and it was on the game plan. So, speaking of game plan, how's our Philip Morris looking? good, nice gap up. So good gap and go there with that one potentially. At this point, I would wait. So a little tough to trade, but nice up move from yesterday's bottoming tail. This is why I was on the game plan yesterday, because it's been really beat up. Right, we had a big day yesterday. I finally went green. Finally put in a topping tail yesterday that took out all the other lows, and so nice follow through today. From that. So that's a good thing. Amazon just jumping around. Goodness gracious, just tough to trade. Nvidia is back up at 134, back down again. Choppy market, and you can expect that, after the other day. And here's Tesla. I just got an alert. Tesla is now fading. All right, let's see what it does here. Let's see if it takes out that low. Let's check out the hourly, see how it looks there. It's got a pretty good gap to fill below, right? So 315s, if it breaks 320, 315 wouldn't be unreasonable. The low there was 320 and 30. So a 320 break, kind of corresponds to this median line here. So and then you got your gap down there. I mean, there could be some money to be made on that one. So keep an eye on it. Still hasn't broke that low. So I'll put another alert on it. But I would look to do maybe the 315s on that. 317.50s could be interesting. So it's tough days like today that aren't moving like the last 2 days, where you don't get these huge reversals, these huge up moves and down moves at the open. You just got to be more patient, because we get used to big swings and big volatility, and then we have that. The next day, we expect everything to go like that, and it's just you just have to take advantage of it when you got them, right? So it is Friday and all that stuff too. So Facebook is back negative again. I'm gonna put an alert on Facebook. It starts approaching that 135 level, but we'll also watch the 15 orb to the downside too. See if it gets below there. There's a big range on Facebook. But we'll see. Had a big range yesterday too. So that's that. We got the 30-minute orbs are about to pop up in about a minute. So keep an eye on those. What's going on with Netflix today? Of all the FANG ones, it's the only one that's red. What's going on with that? I guess people don't like this new choose your own adventure idea they came out with. I'm going to put a couple alerts on that 15-minute bar on our orb. There. Facebook back red again. Apple still hasn't broken 157, but it could. Nvidia is back over that 134 level. Tesla's up at 322, so it's $2 away. Okay, so our 30-minute bars are closed. We do have an inside 15 now on Apple, so keep an eye on that. Amazon's back up 12. Nvidia's back up to 134.50. And Apple, we'll just have to see if it wants to break that 157. It's got a lot of nonsense to get through here, all these 15-minute moving averages. I wouldn't even touch this thing. I know I said 157, but I would at least want it to see I'd want it to break that 15 orb high. 157.50, whatever the case is there. So we'll give that some time. So we'll put an alert there. Nvidia is doing nicely. again, it's all gauging the open, right? You just got, you try to scalp it if you can to get that push, because we go really early on, so that our levels really worked out really well with the monthlies on that. So now we'll just look to see if it, if we can beat the theta on it today and get, some more push. And yeah, that's pretty much all I got. Let me see how if there's anything else I was thinking. Yeah, a bit more. Oh, let's see how Boeing looks. I want to see Boeing and Walmart, and then we'll call it an opening morning. So Boeing, it looks like it's putting in the double inside 15. So basically it should be pretty close to the 30s. So let me just I'll put a alert on each of these just to see if we get some sort of breakout play later or a breakdown trade later. And Walmart. Walmart didn't do too much yesterday until the end, so let's see how this does today. Walmart had some issues with their overseas stuff yesterday. I know we're gapping up today, I think, with the rest of the market, but it could be a good reversal today. I like this 30-minute topping tail, so we'll watch the 30-minute orb on that at some point today. So that's basically all I got. Apple, I want to see it get over 157.50. Nvidia has already come back in again, so hopefully any of you guys who are in that are able to preserve profits, and we'll just look again to see if there's another entry on that. Watch it if this market fades, though. This thing could really, if it gets that 133.31, that means it's rejecting the prior month's low. So I would be very cautious here, and I'm going to put an alert too, because if it can't hold last month's low, then it could see some downside movement. And again, so just watch out for chop today. I mean, Amazon has been down $5, up $10. Now it's only up $5. So, and it's coming back into our triangle here. All the futures are red now. NVIDIA is coming back in. So we are actually coming back in here. So NVIDIA had a nice push this morning. That was a great scalp at the open, and now it's below last month's lows. And so unless it gets some super strength coming into it for a push later or something like that with the rest of the market, it seems to be giving up last month's lows there. So have to watch it either way. Battles everywhere being fought. So anyway, I hope that was helpful, guys. It is Friday, so just keep an eye out for chop. We were able to catch a little scalp on NVIDIA. I was flat. A few of you guys did better than I did. We've got alerts set on a lot of our 15 orbs, and so hopefully everybody is stays safe today. And I hope you guys have an awesome weekend. No video tonight, but I will do one Monday. I apologize. Last night I said that today was the last day of the year, the trading day, but I forgot that Monday is actually the 31st, and I think it's a full day. So I will see you guys Monday night on the live stream, and then I will see you guys. I'm sorry, Sunday night on the live stream, and then Monday morning I'll be here too. So I'm gonna do another live one there, and then after that Wednesday I gotta go back to work. So I'll do. There will be no morning live streams next week, but hopefully you guys can see how I look at the anchors. And and trade the orbs at the open, and I'll be on Twitter all day today, so I'll put some some 60s up too. So thanks, Drew, appreciate it, man. Have a good weekend. Clay, that's a great idea, looking at puts. There's a lot of weakness in the market, so definitely something to consider there. Morning, Chang. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping in. And Manoj, I hope you're able to manage those trades well. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, a good weekend, and I'll see you guys on Twitter, hopefully with some cool hourly setups too. That should be good. So you guys have a great day, and I will catch you guys later. All right.